Hello everybody and welcome back. This week I thought I would do some more camera oriented stuff, so I'm going to show you the equipment that I use on a regular basis. All of it will be Canon, just so you know, but I'm going to go through the stages of what I got, when I got it, so on and so forth. So let's get into it. So here we got the Canon Rebel T3. This was my very first camera. That was a DSLR. It has all of the basics, remotes wise. So we only got 3 options here: single shooting, timer, and timer. Right now it's not going to work because there's no lens on it. The menu is pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot to see, but it was fantastic in a sense that it did exactly what I needed when I was 12, which is when I got this. As for our reel, we actually have a fair amount of options on our reel, which is super nice, including video, but I wasn't into video at the time. So this was the first one that I used, and with this, the lens that I typically use is my 18 to 135. So this is a standard kit lens with most Canon cameras now. It's super nice. It's good because it got the zoom. It is a crop sensor only camera. That's what the white square means. It means that it only fits on crop sensor cameras, so it doesn't fit on full frame cameras. But we got the auto stabilizer and auto and manual focusing. So this still is a great go-to lens when I don't feel like I'm gonna have enough time to switch between focal lengths. So still great go-to lens. Next, I got this beauty. Now, I got this in 2016. It's the Canon 7D. I bought it used. This is a sticker from a museum that myself and some classmates, we all put it on our cameras. So it's still there. It's a few years old. As you can see, we do have more options than we did with the T3. No battery in this one. That's okay. So we have a lot at the tip of our fingers rather than having to go into menu. This locks the spin wheel, so even if I was turning this selection wouldn't actually change. White balance. I also all of that fun stuff. This is a crop sensor camera, but it can hold both crop sensor lenses and full frame lenses, which is why I loved it, because it wasn't just down to one set of lenses. So great camera. It was fantastic, still is. I use this as my second body now. Don't really use the T3 anymore, but I still use the 7D all the time, especially since I do have crop sensor lenses that I want to keep using, like the 18 to 135. The next lens I got was this one. It's a 10 to 22 full frame. And as you can see with the white square, it is a crop sensor, so it only fits on my 7D. It does not fit on my full frame camera. I love this. This is my favorite lens next to my 40 because I love shooting landscapes, and this works really well with that. So that's what I use. It doesn't have the auto stabilizer, but it does have manual focusing, which is super nice. So my wide angle lens, it's one of my favorites. Highly recommend getting one if you have the means to do so. The next one is my 85mm. And by the red dot, you can see that this does fit full frame cameras. So white square means crop sensor, red dot means full frame. And it's just a straight 85mm. Auto focusing on it. It's beautiful to look at. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I know, right? Just just gorgeous. So this is another one of my favorites. I also use a battery pack quite often. So it holds 2 batteries in here, and then this piece just fits directly into where the battery would go. So I'll show you here. So this would just slide in like that, but I'd have to take the door off here first, which I'm not going to do, but that's how you would make the battery pack work. These are great for long days because you just don't have to think about it. So super handy to have. They're not very expensive. They even come with, you know, a shutter button and a reel here, and you can turn on and off the second battery and like this if need be. So super handy. Love it, love it, love it. Next is my flash. So I just have a speedlight flash. It's super simple, super handy. I've had it for a few years now. I love it. I taped over the sensor currently because it was getting in the way in some videos that I was helping shoot, so that's why that's taped over. But we have all of the controls here. And then at the top, because you do have, like any flash, a diffuser and a bounce, I got an add-on, and it's magnetic. So it's a magnetic diffuser, and it's fantastic. I almost always shoot with it when I'm using flash, just because I find it softens it a lot more. It also wasn't super expensive, so that's what I use in that regard. And then when I am going to the beach to do surf photos, this is the guy that I use. As you can see by the red dot, it does fit full frame, so I'm super excited to use this summer. Just gonna take that off. This beauty right here is my 100 to 400, and let me tell you, it gets long. Compared to my other lenses, this is a massive dude. I never use it without a monopod because it's just so heavy, but I absolutely love it. Like, I just love it, and I'm so excited to use it this summer. I haven't used it in a little while, but now that I have a full frame camera, which I will be showing you shortly, I'm super pumped to start using this guy. So yeah, now I will have to switch over cameras so I can show you my full frame, because that's what I'm using to film currently, and I'll show you that and my last lens. So bear with me one sec. Alright, so this is my current full frame. I just got it a couple weeks ago. Super excited about it. It is the Canon 6D. It's a full frame. I absolutely love it. It has so many more options, and just it feels lighter than the 7D, but still super compact, which is fantastic. And then if I open this up, this is how you can tell that it's a full frame, because it has the red dot. And so when we take lenses like this, we know it's full frame. What we do is we line up the red dot with the red dot, then we twist. And that's how you know that you got the lens on the right way. This right here is my 40. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. Nothing will ever be as good as my 40. I take it everywhere I go. I absolutely love it. It's super easy, and especially with the new lightweight camera, it makes life so nice. That being said, these two, so my wide angle and my 40, you will almost always find on me when I'm going out taking photos, because this is great for portraits or up close, and this is fantastic for those landscapes. And because some of these do work on two types of cameras, unfortunately, because this does not have a white and a red dot, it will not work on this. However, if we were to come over here, we can see both red and white. So that means this would work and this would work. So you got to look out for those to try and figure out what type of lens that you'll be needing for your camera. So yeah, those are my current go-tos whenever I'm videoing. It's typically with my 40 and my 6D. Used to be with my 40 and my 70, but now that we've upgraded a little bit, I'm starting to use this one a little bit more. There you have it, folks. That is what I typically use for my camera equipment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below and I will be happy to answer them. I am super familiar with Canon, but I do know a little bit about Nikon and Sony, and what I don't know, I will be happy to ask on behalf of you. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. Have a great one, guys. Bye.